Welcome to the deep dive. So you've been exploring meditation, right? And this huge question pops up for, well, pretty much everyone. How often and for how long do you need to practice?
Exactly. To get those benefits without it just becoming another chore.
Right. It's a common hurdle. You sent over some great stuff from the Calm blog, and today our mission is basically to unpack all that and give you some clear, practical advice that actually works for your life.
Yeah, it's a question we see all the time. And the Calm blog articles, they do a really good job laying out the basics. But the key and what we need to figure out for you is how to take those general ideas and make them personal, based on your goals and just the reality of your day-to-day.
Okay, let's jump in then. First up,
Yeah.
how often? The articles are pretty upfront. There's no single magic number.
No, definitely not. It really depends on your lifestyle, what you're aiming for, what feels right.
But what's really encouraging, I thought, is that they stress that any amount of meditation is likely beneficial, emotionally, mentally, even physically.
It really is. And think about building habits that low barrier. Super important. The Calm blog does lean into daily meditation, suggesting it really helps cement the habit.
Builds momentum, right? They link it to potentially greater mental clarity, less stress, better emotional balance.
Yeah, and they suggest setting a specific time each day, even if it's short. It kind of becomes an anchor.
An anchor, I like that. But, okay, what if daily just feels like, whoa, too much right now?
That's a valid point. And the articles address that too. They talk about maybe aiming for a few times a week, say 3 or 4
That
sessions.
sounds way more doable for someone starting out or, juggling a million things.
Absolutely. And the blog points out, especially early on, consistency over intensity is kind of the name of the game, making it sustainable.
Right, not burning out immediately.
And what's cool is how they acknowledge life is, well, unpredictable. They suggest finding those little pockets of time.
Like while the coffee's brewing.
Exactly. Or on your lunch break, maybe while dinner's cooking. It's about weaving it in naturally, not forcing this perfect hour-long sit every time.
Okay, so it takes the pressure off. And they even mention meditating multiple times a day, but keeping them short.
Yeah, like a quick morning session and maybe another brief one in the evening, sort of like hitting a mini reset button throughout the day for balance.
A reset button, I could see that being useful.
It can be, yeah. And a really key thing the blog brings up is that your practice will likely change over time. What you need now might be different 6 months from now. So being flexible with frequency is crucial.
That makes sense. Needs change. And they connect frequency to your aims, don't they?
Yeah.
Like, if stress management is the big goal.
Then maybe daily is the better approach, like consistent maintenance for your nervous system, you could say.
Okay. But if it's more about deepening mindfulness itself.
Then perhaps longer, slightly less frequent sessions might feel more aligned. It really pushes you to think, what am I actually hoping to get out of this?
So self-reflection on goals is key.
Definitely. And the blog also emphasizes checking in with how you feel afterwards. If daily feels good, great. Keep going.
But if it starts feeling like a burden,
Then it's totally okay, encouraged, even to scale back. Meditation's supposed to support you, right? Not add more stress.
such an important reminder. It's about well-being. And they also mention other practices like yoga or Tai Chi or even journaling.
Yeah, complementary things. It's not just about sitting on a cushion. These different practices can feed into each other, building that presence.
And for staying motivated. Because, let's be honest, that can dip.
For sure. The Calm blog suggests practical stuff. Set reminders, use apps, there are tons out there, or find a meditation group. Community helps.
And tracking progress. They mentioned journaling.
Right. Jotting things down can really help you see the benefits over time, which is, super motivating.
Okay, so frequency.
Yeah.
Flexible, personal, goal-oriented. Now, what about how long each session should be?
Similar theme here. Experiment. Listen to your body, listen to your mind. There's no universal rule.
But they give some starting points, right? For beginners.
Oh yeah, very practical advice. Start small, like 5 to 10 minutes. It feels less daunting, easier to fit in. Then, gradually increase if it feels right.
Okay, 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
Easy does it. And then for people who've got a bit of a routine going, the intermediate folks.
They suggest maybe aiming for 15 to 20 minutes. Lots of people find that sort of a sweet spot to settle in deeper, maybe get more clarity or emotional balance.
Makes sense. Gives you more time to actually settle.
Yeah.
And for the really experienced meditators.
The blog mentions sessions of 30 minutes or even longer. That's where some find more profound insights or deeper peace. But importantly, they add a caution. Always listen to your body. If it feels like a struggle, shorten it.
There's that theme, again, listen to yourself.
Yeah,
And flexibility applies to duration too, right? Mixing it up.
absolutely. Some days a quick 5-minute reset is all you need or have time for. Other days you might feel drawn to sit longer. Adapt to the moment.
So if short sessions feel like, I was just getting started, maybe try a bit longer next time.
Exactly, that's your cue. And conversely, if longer sessions feel like this huge mountain to climb, dial it back. Find what feels sustainable and beneficial for you right now.
Okay, got it. So we've covered how often, how long. What about when to meditate? Does the time of day matter much?
The Calm blog suggests it can definitely make a difference in how effective or enjoyable it feels. Finding your rhythm is key.
So what are the options they lay out? Morning.
Yeah, morning meditation gets a good mention. Sets a positive tone, right? Can bring calm and focus before the day kicks off. Helps clear the mind. Maybe gives a gentle energy boost.
Like preparing yourself for whatever's coming, even 5–10 minutes after waking up.
Exactly. Focusing on breath or using a guided meditation. Simple.
What about that classic afternoon slump?
Yes. Afternoon meditation is pitched as a refresher. If you're feeling sluggish or overwhelmed, even 10 minutes during lunch or between tasks can apparently perk you up.
A mental reset midday. I could use that sometimes.
Me too. And then there's evening meditation. This is more about unwinding, reflecting, relaxing the body and mind.
Preparing for sleep.
Totally. Can really improve sleep quality. They suggest things like progressive muscle relaxation, body scans, or specific guided sleep meditations for maybe 10–15 minutes.
Sounds lovely.
Yeah.
But okay, with all these options, morning, noon, night, how do you actually stick to a time?
Consistency helps, as we said. Trying to find a time with minimal interruptions. The blog advises creating a quiet space if you can.
And experimenting, right? See what time feels best for you.
Precisely. And again, flexibility is key for those unpredictable days. Use shorter sessions, lean on apps, use guided tracks.
And they also suggested integrating it, didn't they? Like mindful moments during the day.
Yeah. Mindful breathing while you're waiting for something, focusing on sensations during your commute, little bits of presence woven in. Doesn't always have to be a formal sit down.
That makes it feel less like another thing to schedule. I like the bit about even considering seasons.
Right. Maybe morning meditation feels better in winter for warmth and energy, while evening feels nicer in summer when it's cooler. It's all about tuning into your own natural rhythms.
Interesting. Okay, so the Calm blog also gave those 7 tips for a sustainable routine. Let's quickly recap those. Number 1, start small.
Yep, 5–10 minutes. We've hit that one hard. Build the habit gently.
2, set a schedule. Aim for consistency, same time if possible.
It helps create that rhythm.
3, create a space, even just a corner, signals it's meditation time.
That environmental cue is powerful.
4, use reminders. Phone alarms, notes, app notifications.
Whatever keeps it on your radar.
5, be patient. Progress isn't always straight up. Missing a day is okay.
Self-compassion's super important.
6, integrate it. Those mindful moments throughout the day.
Turn waiting time into practice time.
And 7, stay motivated. Remind yourself why you started, notice the benefits, maybe connect with others.
Yeah, keep that why front and center.
And speaking of benefits, they listed 7 key ones from consistency. Improved mental clarity.
Definitely a big one.
Reduced stress.
Probably the most common reason people start.
Enhanced emotional well-being, better physical health potentially.
That mind-body connection.
Increased self-awareness, enhanced creativity and problem solving.
Interesting side effects.
And greater resilience and adaptability. That's quite a list.
It really shows how far-reaching the impact can be, doesn't it?
For sure. But it's not always smooth sailing. They also talked obstacles, like lack of time.
Solution, shorter sessions, integration. We covered that.
Distractions.
Find a quiet spot. Let people know you need a few minutes.
Feeling restless, fidgety.
Maybe try active meditation, walking, yoga, something with movement.
Inconsistent routine, falling off the wagon.
Set clear intentions, use reminders, maybe link it to another habit, like right after brushing your teeth.
And self-doubt, feeling like you're doing it wrong.
Remember, there's no wrong way. Just be patient, be kind to yourself. It's a practice. Very common hurdles, and the solutions are really down to earth.
Okay, almost there. Lastly, they hit some FAQs. What about tracking progress? How do you know it's working?
They suggest a few things. A meditation journal note duration, technique, how you felt, or just reflecting. Do you feel calmer? More focused generally?
Apps often have tracking features too, right?
Yeah, or guided meditations might have checkpoints. Even just noticing if people around you comment on changes.
Interesting. And for beginners, what types of meditation are good starting points?
Guided meditations are usually recommended apps like Calm, videos, classes, mindfulness meditation, just focusing on breath or sounds, loving kindness, body scans, simple breath awareness, lots to explore.
Find what resonates. Now, a big one. Can you meditate too much?
Apparently, yes, it's possible. Signs might include feeling weirdly detached, numb, maybe more anxious or irritable, even sleep problems.
Okay. So how do you avoid that?
Balance is key. Don't replace everything else with meditation. Start shorter, increase gradually. Listen to your body if it feels off, ease back. And maybe talk to a teacher if you're concerned.
Good advice. Maintain balance. And finally, fitting it into a busy schedule, the core issue for many.
Yeah, and the advice really circles back. Short sessions are fine. Schedule it if that helps. Weave in mindful moments. Use apps. Pair it with habits. Be flexible. Don't beat yourself up if you miss a day.
It all comes back to finding what genuinely works for you.
Exactly. Sustainability is the goal.
Okay, so wrapping this deep dive up, the big takeaway seems to be the right way to meditate. How often, how long? It's incredibly personal. It really hinges on your needs, your goals, your life.
Absolutely. The Calm blog gives a great framework, but you're the one who needs to experiment and become aware of what serves you best.
And that message about consistency, even with short sessions, being more valuable than sporadic long ones, especially when starting, that really stood out.
Definitely. Small, steady steps often lead to the biggest changes over time.
So for you listening, maybe a final thought. What's just one tiny actionable step you could take today? Could you set a reminder for a 5-minute breathing break later? Or just browse a meditation app?
Yeah, just try one small thing. See how it feels, how it impacts your day. You might be surprised.
Thanks for diving deep into meditation with us today.